Hello, welcome to Always Yarn First. I'm Lindsay and I am a knitter, crocheter, and spinner coming to you from Central Arkansas. I work at Arkansas Yarn Co. and I am a virtual assistant. To stay updated on my latest yarn adventures, you can follow me on Instagram and Ravelry as Always Yarn First. Welcome in everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 31st. So, how has everyone been? It's been 3 weeks, I believe, since my last podcast. It is very hot in here. I've been cooking, and you're probably going to hear my cat meow. So if you hear the air, if you hear my cat, I'm sorry, it's just life noises going on. But let's get into the episode. This is episode 108. If you are new here, thank you for stopping in. I hope you will find something you enjoy and stick around. I name every episode after a song title because before my love of yarn was my love of music. And so I like to find something that I'm feeling that week in life and making whatever. So this week, if you've been here a while, shouldn't be a surprise. The new BTS album came out after 4 years hiatus. So I had to pick my favorite song currently because it switches, but it is Hooligan. So if you enjoy BTS or are willing to give it a shot, you can listen to this song and all the other songs I have chosen for my titles on my Spotify playlist, which there is a link below. All right, so let's get into it. I have 2 finished objects, 3 cast-ons, and 2 whips. So, what did I finish? Did I finish dishcloths? No, not this week, but I finished my February challenge with Anna. One of my finished objects is blocked and one is not. This one is blocked. This is the Changing Staircases by Trysten Molina of Dragon Horde Design. One skein shawl. Anna and I had a challenge in February. Obviously, I did not win, which is okay. That was when I had lost my mojo, but I love how it turned out. And this is nice and blocked out. It's actually quite a good size. So yes, this is with Arkansas Yarn Co. This was the November sock yarn subscription colorway. I think, I don't remember the name of it. I just have November written down. So yeah, 1 skein. And I love it, and it's in sparkle. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of tell. If I move it back and forth, you can see the sparkles. So I definitely recommend this if you have a special skein that you would like to use up. Now the second one you have also seen for a long time. I have not blocked this yet, and this is another lace one. But I finally finished what I was deeming as my car knitting. It is my textured Shale scarf. So I had finally got to a point where I tried it on again, and I'm like, oh, it's probably not long enough. And I'm like, oh, it is long enough. So it goes pretty much to, when I have it like this, up here, it goes pretty much to down at my waistline. So it's a good size, and I haven't blocked it. So that means it actually will be bigger because of the lace. If I pin it out, you can tell this is my cast on. I cast on so tight, y'all. I mean, how many years I've been knitting and I still cast on tight. I pretty much have to, if I don't want that to happen, I pretty much have to always cast on with a needle like at least 2 sizes bigger so that it doesn't do that. Is anybody else a tight cast on person? I do the German twisted, which is supposed to work better, doesn't matter. I do it over 2 needles instead of 1. Nope, doesn't help me. I still have to go up a couple needle sizes. So yeah, this is done. This is another one skein project, another lace project. Definitely a theme going on here. This one is Emma's yarn in the colorway Saltwater Taffy. I like this because it's pretty neutral with just little pops. I don't know if you're getting them, of pink and blue. Just real subtle. You can see the blue. The pink isn't really coming through so much. But yeah, again, love this. Love this pattern. Both of these patterns are free. One Skein Wonders and free. So definitely check these out. This one's by my friend Christine. She is Treasured Yarn, or Treasure Goddess Yarn. So that is my 2 finished objects. I've cast on 3 things. So let's go over the newest dishcloth I've cast on. This is, I believe, the March dishcloth that I received an email. Actually, no, this isn't. This is one of the Knitpicks ones. And I didn't finish this because I made a mistake. I'm literally on the mistake row. I still have to back it out. But you can see all those pearls right there. I had just picked it up and worked on the wrong side. This is the Bouquet of Bows. This is another free pattern. The Knitpicks is doing 52 weeks of dishcloths and they're all free. I think some of them will be crochet because I'm pretty sure I've seen one at least that has. I haven't looked through all of them yet. So knitting and crochet. But you can see the little bows there. I need to do my nails today. But this is again stash, and this one is a dishy, also Knitpicks, that was in my stash. So I have that working, and these I'm using US 5, 3.75 millimeters. So I've kind of gotten away so much from the dishcloths for now, but I think the dishcloths will definitely be coming back. They're just a nice, quick little project. All right, let's go over what I think I talked about this when I was talking about dream knitting and things I needed to cast on. So we have the Extra Light Bright and the Light Bright by Wool and Pine, which is our yarn crawl garment for Arkansas Yarn Co. And we had a cast on party, so I cast mine on. And mine is in my Fringe Supply Co. bag. I was going back and forth what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to use scraps, which I believe I talked about on here. But I wanted to use fingering weight scraps because I have a giant bin of fingering weight scraps. The problem is, I'm like, oh, then I have to knit a fingering weight garment. And I would rather knit a decayed garment. So I was trying to figure out, I pulled a bunch of leftovers from my bin, and I was trying to figure out what yarn I could hold with. I didn't want to just hold a white, just a plain undyed. So I looked at a couple different things, and then I thought, well, maybe I could, yes, my cat is right here. He wants to go outside. I thought that I could switch a couple different fingerings as I go down the fade, and it just wasn't working. So by the time the cast on time came, I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm working a fingering weight garment because the colors were not working out in my head. But I've gotten quite a bit done. So this is the front. You start working flat. Basically, instead of doing casting on and then doing short rows. This is not my first garment, but it was some people's first garment of why are we working flat so long in the back? Because here is the back. And it's basically so you don't have to do short rows. So I got the back done. Now, you can kind of see when I hold it up to the camera. See what looks like eyelets right here? That's when I started my color work. And I was talking to Jessa about this yesterday. And I was asking exactly how she holds her color work. She does a lot more color work than me. But she said, no, it's just because, so first of all, the first color I have wasn't left over. This is the February Sock Yarn Society membership color for this year. But then when we started the second one, I'll show you. This actually is a Gritty Knits because it's a mini. It was for my all year advent. So it's been wound up for however long I've had this. So it's a little crinkly. And Jessa said that no, it sometimes will look like that. So once I give it a steam, that should calm down. So I'm not overly nervous about it, but the first time I glanced at it, I'm like, did I do a row of eyelets? Because, I mean, it's straight up, you can see them. And Jessa said a lot of times she will even do the kind of like stretchy out as she goes. And once you do that, then it doesn't really show up like that. And I just keep on knitting, so I couldn't be bothered to do that as I went. But it should, I feel like that looks a lot better right in there. But anyway, I am on the second color. This pattern has instructions how to fade without spoiling the pattern because it's paid. When you go on the pattern page on Ravelry, it mentions that they use 5 colors. Well, because I was using some minis, which I don't, have a lot of, then I picked more colors, and they do a lot of rows. They do a very gradual fade from the first color to the second color and so on. I did not want to take that long to do my fade because, like I said, some of what I have is minis. So it would take the whole time just, using that just to fade into it. So I have made up my own fade. I think mine is like 8 rows to get from color A to completely color B. And that 8th row is color B. So technically 7 rows, I guess. That is what I am doing. I am just currently in the round. I am now fully on color 2. So the color I just held up, that's my color 2. I am done with color 1. You can see the color 2, it works pretty well together. When I started, you couldn't even tell, but this one does have brighter pops of the pink, and like this orangey yellow down here is the new color. But so far so good. It is fingering weight, but I've gotten a lot done. You didn't even see this last time. So I'm excited for that. If you were planning on coming to Arkansas Yarn Co. during the yarn crawl in July, we get together every Saturday at noon and take a picture with everybody who has made the same garment, just to see what everyone's looks like, and it's always different. All right, I have one more cast on thing, and I cast this on yesterday, and I'm gonna finish it today. So again, this is another color work thing. In a few weeks, we are having a color work class. If you are a beginner color work or want to like remind yourself color work, Bridget will be teaching that class. They are making a cozy from the spring doodle pack, which comes with the class. So definitely check that out. But in this spring retreat, I will be teaching a color work class because a lot of people requested a color work. So I picked out a pattern and got some yarn from the shop, and I am making just a child size hat, and I'm already done with the color work part. Look how fun that is. That looks so good. I love this. This is another free pattern. This is Love the Winter by Emily Dormier, and literally you pick 2 colors, start with color A, use that. And see, with this, you can't tell any weird looking rows, and I did my color work exactly the same as I did with that fingering. So I know it'll be okay. Those hearts look so good. I love it. So now I'm just knitting, and I can tell you because this pattern is free. After the ribbing, you do 6 rounds of color A before you start. And then after the color work, you do 6 rounds of color B. And then I will be doing my decreases for my crown, and I'll be done. So I wanted to make up a sample hat so I can take it to the retreat so people know what they're making. See, I cast on with a needle too bigger. Do you hear him? He hears neighbors outside, so he's very much whining. But this is super fun. I definitely recommend this cute little hat. She has it in, I think, 5 sizes. It's like baby, child, or no, 4 sizes. Baby, child, adult, small, adult, large. So I've made another pattern of hers. It's actually, my little head model is like, had fallen, it's back here somewhere, but it's fallen down. But I have done another pattern with her. So I'm already done with the ivory, obviously. And this is how much I'm using Malabrigo Rios. And I mean, this is the child one. I mean, you could make at least 2, maybe 3 hats with them, you know, switch out the colors. But I don't even think switching out the colors makes a difference because I think you're going to be using about the same amount of yarn. I will weigh it when I'm done to see where we're at. So yeah, I use the color Magenta and Ivory on that. Cute. I made it in child size because I thought I could give it to Opaline for the fall. All right, that is all my cast-ons. I'm just gonna briefly talk about 2 whips that I've put a little progress on, but you have seen before, so let's get into those. All right, the first one is in this bag I got from the Sexy Knitter. So this is my Jovis duster, and there went the ball of yarn. All right, up close. All right, this is my Jovis, and I know I've put a good amount in, but I remember the other day that I'd never put a stitch marker on. Let me put it inside out here, because this is technically the right side. So this is the right side. The color isn't totally accurate on screen. It's pretty close, but it's not exact. The color I'm using, oh, I didn't write it down. This is Knitpicks. Oh, do I have it in here? I do. Right. You and Billy DK Weight Blue Lagoon. This is 75% wool, 25% kid mohair. And, oh, I do have a marker. It's just a little one. So you see I got a few inches in. This point, it's just repetitive and easy, mindless to work on. Very nice to work on when I'm watching TV at night. Gonna move this little marker. Yeah, nothing much to say that I haven't. This is a test knit, so the pattern is not out yet. It was supposed to be finished today, the test knit, but I think only one person, which is Andrea, got done. So she's giving everyone a few more weeks. I had already backed out of the test knit, and Devin already knows that. So still very, very much enjoying this. The other one I just kind of randomly got out the other day is this one. And this is my half and half triangles wrap. I was just wanting to work on something different that I haven't in a while. Okay, where's my needle? There it is. My cat is getting really restless. He's climbing over everything. So this is using 2 colors. Again, this is a free pattern by Purl Soho. I have used, I don't have the colors in here, but I used our Queensland cotton that we have at the store in the like fingering weight. I can't even hold this up. So mine is huge. And because I used 2 full of the blue plus into a 3rd one. Now I am in this. Now my marker's way down here. Is that the last time I showed it for real? I know it's been a while because this is pretty monotonous to see, but here you go. It's down there. Look at that guy. So if that's the last time I showed it, then yes, I've made quite a bit of progress here. So yay to that. Again, this is another, sometimes this is the, I literally don't know what to work on. I don't have the mind space to think about anything. So I'm gonna work on this. So I do. Because literally all it is knitting and doing your short row stitch and then turning around and going one further, so on, so forth. So you see how many stitches I have to do getting there one by one by one left. It's not too bad. This side is definitely going faster because the blue was so boring to look at. So at least now that, you know, I have the color and it's prettier to look at. I did do a little bit of spinning, but it is the same exact, it's just a new bobbin I started. We are having an e-spinner class at Arkansas Yarn Co. on May 9th. I think that this is going to get filled up because we've had many people that have gotten e-spinners and don't know where to start, don't know how to use it, and I'm really excited about this class. Karen will be giving that class. So to kind of promo that, I brought my e-spinner to work the other day and Anna shot some video of it. And then the next day I'm just like, I'm gonna leave it here. And I ended up spinning some more. So that was nice. I really need to ply because this is my very last bobbin and I need to ply some things to get off my bobbins so I have space. All right, I have a very little bit of show and tell. So let's do acquisitions next. All right, I have basically just 2 subscriptions to show. One is my Gritty Knits for March. They were both green. Again, I've been a member of this since day 1, color 1. So now we're on color 63 and 64. Pretty. And then I think it was at the end of last year or the beginning of this year, I heard that Woolens and Nosh was finally changing up the way she does her subscription because it was so popular and she couldn't get everyone in, but she wanted to include more people. So she's not doing it monthly now, she's doing it quarterly so she can get a lot more subscriptions out. I love her Targhee base. And I had heard that she wasn't gonna be able to get it anymore, but I got the first one and it's her Targhee base. So I'm like, I don't know if this is like leftovers or what, but I'm very excited. So this is Woolens and Nosh. So this says Yarn Club, first quarter. The colorway name is Sunday Brunch at the Breakfast Club. That's pretty accurate how it's looking right there. And also what's interesting is her, it doesn't say it on here, but I swear that when Needles at the Ready talked about it, they said that her mini was 30 grams. I don't know if that's right. It does not say it on here. It just says 100 grams and that it's 90% superwash Targhee, 10% nylon, 3-ply, 411 yards. Either way, I love it. It's always plenty for me to do socks and then have lots of leftovers. And that's all I've gotten. Like I said, I got the yarn for the hat, but I did not purchase that. That is just for the store. So that's all I've gotten, you guys. It has been a pretty chill few weeks. So let's end with some gratitude. So right now I am so thankful that I currently have a work schedule where Jessa is back to work. She's working 3 days of work now. In a week or two, I think she's gonna attempt coming back full time. We're gonna see how that goes. But when she started coming back, I got an additional day off at the yarn store. So I do DoorDash, and usually I try to have one day off, like truly off, because before I was just door dashing all my days off. So I basically have Sunday, and then I have 2 days off. Sunday we're closed, and then we have 2 days off. So I usually try to work 2 of those 3 days and have 1 day where I am completely off. So that has been so nice and so helpful. And so when I am before, I was trying to get all my errands done, all my housework done, grocery shopping, cleaning, and then door dashing. So I was just exhausted, and it was not very fun. But now I'm able to do that, make extra money, plus get everything done. In fact, right now I am making lasagna for dinner, and my daughter and I don't really cook elaborate meals. We're like, eat off chicken. Well, chicken and salad, chicken strips, tacos, things like that. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cook today. So yeah, life has been good. I hope everything has been well with you, and I hope to see you all again in a few weeks. Bye-bye.